Good evening, all of you. Myself, Kalyan Nitesh from Group 3018, and my topic is ovarian cancer. Ovarian cancer, the woman which got the disease due to lack of prevention. So we are going to discussing about the stages and treatment and the symptoms of the disease. So first topic of my discussion is the epidemiology of ovarian cancer. In this, I also mention a histological variety of cancer. Ovarian cancer means histological on the basis of tissues. We are going to discussing that where it got the disease. Women's got the disease. The woman got this disease due to the lack of prevention. And in this it is mentioned that there are the many type of cancers. So this cancer we are discussing ovarian cancer, that is, so this is the seventh most common cancer among the women in the world, because it is due to the lack of prevention. In 2018, 4.4 of anti-cancer related to mortality among women was attributed to the ovarian cancer. The mortality rate of women, that is, women died due to the cancers, are the more among the women. Various factors affect the occurrence of ovarian cancer, from genetic factor. And this is also related to the genetic factor, like women's we get due to the hereditary diseases and pregnancy, like factors like pregnancy, lactation, and oral contraceptive pills play reducing the risk of the disease. These are some factors that we're discussing. Among these are the factors which cause the which reduce the factor of this disease. And the next one of our discussion is the stages of diagnosis of ovarian cancer. Mainly there are the four stages which we are going to discussing, that how we can diagnose these diseases. So this disease is comparably followed by the stages, like stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, stage 4. So first one we are discussing about the stage 1. The stage 1, the cancer is confirmed to the ovaries and hasn't spread to the abdomen, pelvis, or lymph node. Like in this disease, the cancer is confined to only one location, that is not spread to the abdomen, pelvis, or a lymph node. The second one, the stage 2, we are going to discussing, the cancer is in both ovaries and then spread to the pelvic region. The if the person is spreaded, like woman has gone to the stage 2nd, the cancer may spread to the both of the ovaries, or the cancer cells may also develop to the like pelvic region, fallopian tubes, or the uterus. And now the stage third we are going to discussing that the cancer is in one or both ovaries, and the cancer is either spread beyond the pelvis to the lining of the abdomen, or the cancer has spread to the lymph node in the okay. This in the third stage, the cancer may also spread to the our immune system, like lymph node. It has gone to the immune affected our immune system. Beyond than the ovaries, it also spread to the pelvic region. And this is the stage third. And now the stage 4. In the most common stage of ovarian cancer, the cancer has metastasis to distant site, such as inside of spleen, liver, lungs. And then in this stage 4, like multiple organ are affected. As we know that one organ is the functional activity of one organ is related to the another organ. If the cancer is spread from one organ to another organ, then their functional activity will also affect, and the development of cancer will lead to the diseases in multiple organ. Like here the graphical representation is also given. And like developing generally in four types of cell, like invasive epithelial cancer, ovarian stromal, like cancer develop into the stroma. And next one is the ovarian germ cell tumor, like cancer developed to the germ cell which divided. And cancer related to the fallopian tube carcinoma, like cancer may also related to the fallopian tube. And here are mentioned the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, 4. So next topic, like there is a 1 month, like September is termed as the ovarian cancer awareness month. Okay. And Here are the sign and symptoms. I mentioned here that what are the signs and what are the symptoms of this cancer. Like first symptoms or sign of this cancer may like the bloating, pelvic or abdominal pain. Means women suffer from the diseases like abdominal pain or feeling fully quickly while eating. Means satiety, means they easily got saturated, mean they do not eat much of food, or they are fully satisfied by only eating some food, not eat too much as they needed. And third one is that feeling the need to urinate urgently or often. Okay, the third symptom of this cancer, ovarian cancer, that women oftenly frequently go for the urination. Frequently means they have the urge to go urgently or often they goes to the urination. Okay, and here are the mentions about 78 women will develop ovarian cancer in the lifetime. Means so out no 78 one out of 78, one woman's from 78 got this type of cancer. Here a test is given, a pap test does not detect ovarian cancer. The 5-year survival rate of early stage ovarian cancer is more than 90%. Okay, and the next slide we are going to discussing about that risk for the Lynch syndrome cancer in MSS2 mutation carriers. Mutation. Yes, we are going. Cancer is also development next stage of mutation. Mutations means when a cell goes into the mutation, that its functional activity changes, and its functional activity changes like a genetic code will also change, and the synthesis of that protein from that genetic code will also be changes. So here we are going the cancer, ovarian cancer, which we develop from the or here we many organs are discussing like brain, pancreatic, biliary, gastric, ovarian, urinary tract. These are the systems here are mentioned that which we got the mutation and the cell convert into the cancerous cell carcinoma. Okay, and next one we are going to discussing about the treatment for ovarian cancer. First one is the surgery. In the surgery chemotherapy is followed. Chemotherapy like cancer cells are detected, generally like the from ovaries cancer cells are detected, and they are generally surgically removed out from that part of the tissue. Like a woman get the ovarian cancer, the cell which are turned into the cancer, so these cells are detected and carried out from the tissue. So first method is the surgical method followed by the chemotherapy, and second method neoadjuvant chemotherapy followed by surgery. Here chemotherapy is followed by the surgery. First one chemotherapy, then surgery. Chemotherapy is followed by the surgery. Now the next topic about discussing about the red flag for cancer susceptibility. Red flag. Here I am going to discussing about the meaning of the red flag. Red flag are the warning symptoms and sign near patient diagnostic tested that suggest that potentially serious underlying disease. All red flag can be regarded as the diagnostic tests in that the presence or absence adjust the probability of serious disease. Red flag gives us data on the presence of symptoms of cancer, persistence, changes in bowel, bladder habits, non-healing ulcer. Like this gives us the data. So in this we are giving some points like multiple family members with ovarian or breast cancer, like family members which have the like this type of cancer. So hereditary disease may also given this type of disease. Age of onset breast cancer, younger than 50 years of age. Here the age discussion is also given which age group can got this disease. And bilateral red flags, in this we are discussing about the datas. data which we got the cancers, age groups, age groups or family members which have more than members have these diseases, then this may also transfers like, and both breast and ovarian cancer in same patient, and Askenji's Jewish ancestry and male breast cancer. These are the datas. Next slides, we are going to discussing about the improving outcome beyond carbo or paclitaxel. First line in carbo shows RR 70 to 80% with more than 50% achieving CR after optimal cyto reduction. And next one is the however up to 70% left within 1 to 3 years. These are the improving outcome beyond the carbo. Next slide is the survival rate. Here is the graphical representation giving that survival according to the months. The graphical representation is given between the two phases. First one is the overall percentage survival, and second one is the month. Here these are the given the months and the percentage of survival that patient, if a woman got this disease, how she will survive according to the months. So let me see that this survival rate is decreasing according to the months, like has the month forward towards like 12 or 24, 36, 48, the survival rate is generally decrease. uh, we are going to next studying about the next slide. In previous slide the survival rate is decreasing, as we know. And this in this slide we are going to discussing ovarian cancer by race and ethnicity. Here according to the, we can discuss this about the continental factor, or the like the peoples also, like the white peoples give the cancers this type of cancer, like 11.5 percentage may also discussing, percentage may also we give this. So white peoples got this cancers more. And next one is the 10.3 percentage, that the Hispanic. And next one the black people's 9.2, the Asian one got the 9.1, and the American or American Indian Sri Lankan native, means the people which are living there may got this type of 8.3, there are the chances. And the next one we are going the recurrent ovarian cancer. Here we are going to the word recurrent. What is the meaning of this word recurrent means how they got this disease again. Had like patient, a woman got this disease, has she has the treated by the chemotherapy or like surgical, but the woman also got the disease again. So we are going the discussing about the recurrent, that means retake of this disease. A cancer recurrent happen because some cancer cells were left behind and eventually grow and become apparent. The cancer may come back to the same place as to the original tumor or to another place in the body. Around 70% of patients diagnosed with ovarian cancer will have the recurrence. Can you look at this? 70%. 70% of the people again retake of this disease. Like we have discussed is the benign and the malignant tumor. Benign, which in one of these, one is the only defined to its original position, and second one is the spread to the other part of the body. Like as a cancer got woman got this cancer, and she has been treated, she has been already treated, but she again got this disease, and this disease this time this cancer may also spread to the another location. So around 70% of patients diagnosed with ovarian cancer will have the recurrence, means this retake of this disease. And next slide we are going to discussing that the National Cancer Grid, NCG. NCG is a network of major cancer center, research institute, patient groups or charitable institution. These are National Grid Cancer. These are the organization which helps the people which work against the cancers, and these are the groups of people. NCG, this is a group of people which fight against the cancer, help the people's research these cancers and find the treatment of this disease. Newly developed methods are provided to the peoples by this group and organization. Like this was formed in August 2012, founded by Government of India. Like Government of India started this organization beyond to the diagnosis or the treatment for the peoples. And like now we are going to discussing the case study in India, how the India suffer from this disease. Now Cancer burden in 2018. Socioeconomic inequalities a major cause of rapid rise cancer in India, says a study. Says a study. Like new cases in India 1.16 million. How? And death due to this cancer is, this is very large number. So very large number that a woman are suffering from this disease. About 7 lakh 84,800 are deaths due to this disease. Now the India also working against this NGO. Now many NGOs are formed against the disease. Organizations also formed. Organization also formed, and they generally lack of prevention go to this disease. So in men, oral, lung, stomach, colorectal, and esophageal cancer accounted for 45 of new cancers cases. Like if we discuss about the men also got this cancer for 45% of cancer. Oral cancer, lung cancer due to the smoking of cigarette. In women's the cancer's rate means cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, ovarian, oral, and colorectal cancer amount for the 60% of cases. These are the types of cancer we have discussed that in men's and women how they got these cancers. And here in the left hand side, this is discussion that the number of cases of 6 most common type of cancer. These are the type of cancer which generally develop into the men and the woman. Like women got the breast cancer about 1,62,500. They are the cases of cancer of breast cancer in women's. And next one is the oral cancer, cervical cancer, lung cancer, stomach cancer, and colorectal cancer which is related to our intestine. Here I mentioned the references which I got this type of information, so I mentioned here. And thank you for your attention. Thank you.